What's up, guys? It's Meg, and welcome back to Meg After Dark. Today we're taking a look dead ahead to see what's coming on this Sunday's episode of The Walking Dead. We're talking about our thoughts and predictions for Season 7, Episode 4. I'm really excited for this episode. It's supposed to be 90 minutes long, and I'm really hoping that we actually get to see the hilltop as well, and Maggie and Sasha ending up there and kind of explaining to them what happened. I'm hoping that we are not just stuck at Alexandria the entire time. I don't think we will be. 90 minutes, I mean, obviously we know that it's not actually 90 minutes of episode time, but it does give us a longer, longer than 45 minutes of episode. So I'm excited to see everything that this holds. Daryl coming back, Negan finally arriving at Alexandria for his first gift. We get to see a little bit of Daryl, and I'm really hoping we get to see the hilltop. I'm going to be breaking down 3 different Walking Dead promos for episode 4 in this discussion video. The first one is the Negan's in Charge promo. This is the longest one. This is the one they show at the end of last episode. And this is showing us Negan arriving early to Alexandria. And I love this moment where we see just his shadow walking up to the gate. And he says, little pig, let me in. And that is such like a comic moment. And also it just fits so perfectly with Negan's character. And I am so excited to see this. All of the promos look incredible. To be honest with you, I can't even hate Negan at this point. He is so freaking charming. I've said it a million times. Jeffrey Dean Morgan plays him incredibly. And I just can't help but smile every time I see him, even though I know he's a bad guy. I know it. So Negan has arrived early to take his share from Alexandria. It's no coincidence that he's arrived early. He told Rick he was going to give him a week to get together the first offering, if you will, to give to him. Now Negan has shown up early. Pretty much, he wants to see everything that's in Alexandria. He wants to be able to take a look around, catch Rick off guard so that Rick won't have any time to hide any of the good stuff, hide any of the guns or the medicine or the food. So he's taken Rick off guard, and he sends in all of the saviors to kind of go in and raid Alexandria. Rick is obviously taken aback. We know that Rosita and Spencer were just about to go out on a run to try and find something to give to Negan. So they did not make it very far, obviously. Negan is here. We see Daryl in the background here very briefly. And I don't think that Daryl has kneeled to Negan at this point. I am pretty sure that they have brought him along to kind of show off to him what he can never have again. To say, here you go, Daryl. Here's the home that you lived in, the people that you care about, and you can't stay here. And look, we're going to take from them. We're going to make them miserable, and we're going to maybe even let them think that you're a part of it. So also in this promo, we see a couple scenes here that have me very interested. We see Rosita sort of hiding behind a tree. She kind of looks like she's spying, watching, keeping a lookout, maybe going to do something here. We also see Michonne. How badass does she look in this friggin' screen cap here? She's so amazing. And I can't help but think she's taking on a brief bit of Andrea in the comic role here. So this may be a bit of a comic spoiler. It's nothing too huge, but just fair warning, and it is pure speculation as to whether or not this is actually going to happen on the show. But in the comics, we do see that after, now I don't know if this is right away, I'll need a refresher of this portion of the comics, but at some point, Negan and the Saviors are leaving Alexandria, and Rick seizes this opportunity to try and take Negan out, and he he uses Andrea, and they're just, they try and kill Negan. Right after Negan is leaving, they have him, he's unaware, he's just casually leaving, and they try and take him out, and it doesn't work. And I'm wondering here, now, I always think that the television show is going to kind of take things slow, but it seems to be more often than not now. They're rushing a lot of the comics storylines to fit them into a single season. Now, I would have thought that some of this would be put off more, but I'm wondering if in this episode, Negan leaves the Alexandria, and we see Michonne trying to take him out, and we see Rosita. Perhaps when they are, raiding Alexandria, Rick tells Rosita and Michonne, go, this might be our only chance to take him out. Get in position, what have you. Like I said, this is pure speculation, but later on, we do see this picture here of Michonne, and she kind of looks shocked okay? And she looks tired, sweaty, but she kind of looks like she's looking at something and is shocked. And my first instinct in seeing this screen cap was that she was looking at some sort of dead body here. We do also see a jump ahead here real fast, and we see a moment where Rick is telling everyone in Alexandria that he is not in charge anymore. Negan is. And then we get a glimpse of Rick's face, and we see Negan right up there. And Negan's smiling, and Rick is got that same kind of devastated, shocked look on his face. Now, this is a big comic spoiler here, so you've been warned. But in the comics, at one point, Spencer tries to kind of warm up to Negan, and he turns on Rick and says Rick's a bad leader and basically trying to get in good with Negan. And Negan kills him. And I won't say how, but he kills him. And it was shocking. And I am wondering, I kind of, in the Comic-Con trailer, we did see actually, yeah, I think in the Comic-Con trailer. In one of the trailers recently, we saw Spencer saying, like, we should have made a deal with him when we had the chance. And it just leads me to believe that perhaps he will go out the same way that his comic counterpart did. Now, it was Spencer in the comics, right? It wasn't Nicholas. I know that I think they were both in the comics as well, but I'm pretty sure it was Spencer. Either way, I'm wondering if maybe they're speeding up that death too. We have we don't have 90 minutes, but we have a longer episode here. So I'm wondering if maybe they speed up Spencer's death as well. And that's why Michonne is looking so shocked. That's why Rick has that kind of blank, devastated, he kind of looks like he's shaking a little bit, kind of shell shock here look on his face. So moving along to promo number 2, this one is called Give Them What They Want. Now in this promo, we see Eugene fiddling with a radio while guarding the gate. I can't help but think, oh, Eugene, you're messing with the radio. Pretty sure this one just plays music, but that's just going to lead him down the road to a certain other radio from the comics. Now, we see Rosita and Spencer. They are in the car together. They're going out on a run. Pretty sure they had some flirtation, hooking up going on back when Abe first dumped Rosita. Looks like maybe she's going back to maybe numb the pain, hang out with him a little bit. They're going to go out on a run to find supplies for Negan. Now, if you remember back when Rick visited the hilltop, Alexandria was running really low on food. They desperately needed food. Jesus told them about the hilltop, and the hilltop gave them, now I think I'm right here, the hilltop gave them what they were going to give to Negan. So pretty much their deal was, give us half, and we'll take Negan out for you. And Rick was very confident, and they went home with a lot of supplies from the hilltop. But they probably have burned through a lot of those supplies as well because they were so desperate for food and things when they went to the hilltop in the first place. But this also tells us that the hilltop also does not have a lot of food either because they gave their half that they were going to give to Negan to Alexandria. So in the Comic-Con trailer, which I will show you a clip of in just a moment, we see the hilltop getting attacked. We see Jesus fighting. We see a couple people in the background looking like they're being hanged off of the hilltop fence. And it makes me wonder if, this is a longer episode. Perhaps, just speculation, maybe we will even see that the saviors will arrive at the hilltop for their offering, and the hilltop won't have hardly anything to give them. And so, or they don't know that Rick failed yet. Maybe Maggie hasn't reached there. Maybe Maggie just got there. Maybe they don't know that Rick has failed yet, so they're not expecting Negan. Either way, I think the saviors will come and attack, and that's where we will see the attack come in. Hopefully this episode, maybe not, that may be saved for a later episode, but I just feel like they're moving through these storylines super quick here, and I have a feeling this may happen, especially since when we were introduced to the kingdom in episode 2, the kingdom was also delivering their offering to the saviors. So it sounds like it's time now for all of the deliveries to be made. So I think we'll be seeing the hilltop sooner than later, I'm hoping. Moving along real quickly, because this video is getting long as normal, we do see that Rosita and Spencer do not get to go on their run. Negan pulls up, and they, they kind of look at each other. Eugene looks at Rosita. I also want to comment that in this promo, it seems like Rosita and Eugene are handling their grief in very different ways. Rosita seems like she's becoming more hardened. She's kind of doing what needs to be done, going through the motions, definitely mourning Abraham, but still moving along. Now, Eugene, on the other hand, and doesn't seem to be. He's kind of fiddling with a radio. He doesn't even respond to Rosita when she first asks him to open the gate. He's kind of in his own head, kind of probably suffering from that loss of Abraham and the devastation that comes from it. And it just kind of goes to show you that everyone deals with grief differently here. And when Eugene says he's not up to going out on a run, Rosita's like, yeah, figures. I can't remember what she said, but it's something like that. Like, yeah, of course. So this is the very last promo we're going to be talking about. This one was posted in an Entertainment Weekly article online. I posted it on my Meg After Dark Facebook page in case you have not seen it yet. It's just real short, but I loved it. Now, I know that there has been a lot of wishing that Negan could say fuck in the television show like he does in the comics. If you've read the comics, I mean, he literally says it every other word, and that's kind of his thing. But I'm telling you what, I love that they have to get more creative in the show because now Negan has all of these really great one-liners. For example, in this promo, he's walking up to Alexandria. He's got the most beautiful smirk on his face. I love the expression he shows on his face as well when he's walking up to the gate and Rick is so angry, and Rick almost doesn't let him in. He hesitates. Rick says, "You're early. You said a week. You're early." And Negan looks at him and is like, "I missed ya." And I can't help but smile again. But as he's telling Rick, don't make me ask you to open this gate, there's a walker coming up behind him. Rick has opened the gate. Negan is very excited, and he goes up and he, hits the walker in the face. Super gory screen cap here, gross. And then he goes easy peasy lemon squeezy, and that was just the best moment of this promo for sure. And I love that he gets those one-liners now because they have to get a lot more creative in the things that he says because they can't use the F word every other sentence like they do in the comics. Now, obviously, Negan is here with his saviors. We get a group picture of the saviors. Off to the side is Daryl. Can't wait to see the look on Rick's face when he sees Daryl. Obviously, we've already talked about that. And this very last picture here, I just wanted to throw in. This was not in any of the promos for this week's episode. This was in the Comic-Con trailer. If you guys have read the comics, you know that Negan has a little one-on-one time with Olivia. He wants to meet the person who is in charge of all of the food and stuff. And he makes some comments about how they're letting the fat girl... I mean, I don't think he says it as nice as I'm saying it, but letting the fat girl store the food, that makes sense. And we see this image of him sitting, and she looks so uncomfortable. I feel so bad for her. I'll take your place willingly, Olivia. But we see her looking so uncomfortable, and Negan drinking some lemonade, and I cannot wait to see that moment. So that is it for my video breakdown of the Walking Dead Season 7 Episode 4 promotional trailers. Let me know what you guys are thinking for predictions for this episode in the comments, and I will see you guys on Sunday with my reaction video for Episode 4. I can't wait. Hope you guys have a great night.